Welcome back to the Jeff and Hammy Show. I'm Hammy.
I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to go over 8 training secrets from the founder of Quest Nutrition. He grew his business 57,000% in 3 years to $1 billion company. He just started with $10,000 and an idea. And today he has one of the top nutrition companies in the world. And so
that's just a little bit bigger than we grew our business last year, right?
Yeah, just a smidge. But basically the work ethic in the training that he teaches is something that's duplicatable to anyone. And so I'm going to read these off, and I'm going to have Jeff just talk about how he feels about each thing I'm going to read.
And apply it to the car business.
There
business. There it is. That's why you're watching.
Yeah, because this is all relatable. It's sales. We're all, any type of business is in some sort of sales. It's either you're selling a product or you're selling a service or you're selling both. You're all businesses are in sales, selling something. All right, so his number one thing for training secrets is start with passion.
Yeah, you have to have passion, right? You have to love what you do. And I think that anyone would say if you don't love what you do, then go find something that you can put your passion and your heart into and then go do that. You know, and it's not to say that we don't have the willies every time you get up and you're in maybe the sales profession, but at the end of the day, the core, you love what you do and love being around people. You love making the sale. You love the brand or the product that you sell for. Got to have that non-negotiable.
100%. If you don't love the car business and you don't have a passion for it, then you're going to be the average 9-car salesman a month. You know, then you need to find another career to be into if you don't have the passion for it.
Totally right.
This one here, this is something I'm learning, and I would say Jeff is way better at this, so Jeff's going to really be able to go into this. So practice meditation is number 2. Come back to your breath and recenter yourself.
Yeah, I think you have to have I like to call, like in the morning time, I have a quiet time. I like to pray for my day. I like to get quiet. I think you have to have a rhythm in the morning for your day. And I hear him saying you gotta have a quiet. You gotta let turn the phone off, turn the music off, and set your morning right. Set your morning slow, so when you come into the office, you're ready to go. You're ready to go 100%.
Yeah, I guess my time would be the morning time. I've been trying to get up a little bit more early so I could read a chapter out of this book I'm reading, The Ultimate Sales Machine, and having my cup of coffee in the morning and waking up slow, and that's kind of great meditation. But once we get going through the day, things get very intense sometimes and stressful, and this is a time where you need to just give yourself 5 minutes to gather yourself and get yourself refocused, because if you let one bad thing happen in a day, and there's going to be many bad things, that could turn into a bad day. Well, instead of just a half an hour of a day being bad, right?
Totally. And I heard Ken Blanchard, author of A 1 Minute Manager, great guy, I heard him live say, every great leader starts their day slow and then ramps up fast. And so there's something, because we're in such a high octane business, so it is good to take some time in the morning and start your day slow.
All right, so number 3 here is a kind of a 3-parter, so I'm going to go through this and I'll let Jeff to elaborate on this. And he calls this cognitive optimization. He says number A, getting as much sleep as you need. Number 2, working out and going to the gym. And number 3, or C, diet is one of the key points.
You know, it's really true. If you feel good, you'll perform good. And I really believe that when you're drinking water, when you're eating healthier, when you're on a routine where you're not eating pizza every day, or most guys in the car business don't eat great. And I've always thought of this business as like a professional athlete. If you feel good, you got to train good, you got to eat good. All those things matter to performing at a very high level, to performing at a pinnacle level. So you have to, I think that's nothing new under the sun. That is really right. And I've just even noticed this last few weeks, just, redoing my my diet and putting good things in my body and performing, especially when it's 105 degrees outside.
Oh yeah,
right now.
you get out there in this heat. We've got up to 114 already in
Got to drink your water.
the beginning of June. But you know what? When we sell 12 or more cars on a Saturday and we get fed on a Sunday, today is Sunday and we got fed pizza and I had a few slices and I don't feel that good.
I know,
now.
right? I think we had a few too many slices.
Yeah, so I don't feel that good. That's not high energy food that's going to make you have energy and be at your best through the day. Next one is apply grit to your work. So basically that's just your level of intensity, in my opinion, and how you're going to continuously do your task and things like that. Like the way Jeff works is he's always consistent, has a way of doing business, and same way with me. But let's Jeff talk about what you do.
Yeah, I think you have to have a routine, and sometimes the routine. I don't like to use the word grind because, I think there is a better workflow than just grinding out your day. But you do really want to have a rhythm, and you have to have a routine. And routine, it means discipline. If you see any professional athlete, there's no way that before a game they don't just show up. They have a routine. They stretch. They lift. They go through their exercises, all that stuff. It's kind of the same thing in the car business. You have to have a grit and a routine that you do every day. You walk the lot. You're looking at new pricing. You're looking at new inventory. You're looking at your follow-up customers. I do a lot of buys, acquisitions before I actually go into a lot of my selling mode. So I have my day kind of lined up, and I hit the ground, with a lot of grit. A lot of grit.
Well, let me ask you this, Jeff. I'm not a fan of him, but as far as his teams, but I'm a fan of him for his work ethics. Would Tom Brady be sitting on the bench before a game, or does he get out on the field and do his stretches and throw his balls and get warmed up and gets his wide receivers out there and gets on timing with them before the game, right? Like, because he has a routine. Absolutely. And he's going to go through this routine. The greatest quarterback in history is going to be doing his routine before he gets ready for that game.
Sure.
So I think that's part of having grit. All right, next one here. And this is also another three-parter. Number 5, change your identity. What kind of person are you is A. B, what you repeat to yourself as far as what you're saying internally, and then what you're saying externally to others. I think that's a big thing. So internal talk and external talk is a huge thing.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to me. People that want to talk, that grumble all day long. Their paychecks. All those guys are all in the same category. Versus the guys that are talking about, it might be a few hard this or hard that, but you know what, my best up is coming. You know what, I'm gonna still get a good one today. And it's amazing to me that the mindset you need to have, and we all fall into that category. And we're like, it's just a hard day. Today just sucked.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you need to stay there and grumble about it for the next 2 days. And it's just amazing the momentum you have when you talk negatively versus you talk positive. Say, hey, it was just a bad day. It's going to be great tomorrow. My next person I'm going to meet, I'm going to give you 100% attitude on. I'm going to push delete. I'm going to move forward. And what you're speaking out loud really does carry a lot more weight than you know. And how many people want to be around someone that's all positive all the time? Yeah. I can tell you that they're not going to be in the dumps. They're always the achievers.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's at the lower people, the middle people, that scarcity mindset right now with the lack of inventory. Yeah. They sit there and they complain and stuff, but we don't have that scarcity mindset. We believe we believe we see the next sale. If we can't sell them, we're gonna buy them, right? So we're gonna create our business. So hey, if I don't have a car on the lot, I'm buying 100, so I can have cars to sell.
That's right.
So so that's our mindset. Our mindset never changes. Our mindset is like, I don't care what's on the lot. I'm gonna sell what we have, and if I don't have it, I'm gonna go get it so I can sell it. Number 6 here. Set high standards. Hold yourself accountable to your progress.
Yeah, set high standards. I think what you don't want to do is hang around a lot of guys in the dealership, especially if you're new, on just what it's going to take to get by. Again, you want to model guys like Ham's, this Pinnacle Group. I mean, these guys are way in the next level. and that's what you're putting your bar at. And I think with anything in this business, you want to go follow the guys that are setting way standards high above what you even think is possible. And I'll never forget, even just a few months ago, I write on a note card every single month, every single 2 weeks where I want to be financially. And it was low. It's been pretty low before this year. And
Why so low?
You know, I was doing what I needed to get by because I've been having such a big year. And I remember one of my buddies grabbed me. Ray, he's one of the top guys here. He says, "Yeah, I think you're shooting way too low." So all of a sudden, for just a fun drill and kind of a step of faith, I say, you know what, I'm going to go way higher than I think possible. And for 3 months in a row, I hit that number. And I am at least almost double the number that I had last year for not stretching a high bar to set my standards high. So what I mean is if you set your standards maybe even a little bit higher than you think, even if you come short, at least you're going to be way above the standards and the norm.
Yeah, I totally agree with the setting your standards is huge. You want to know who the most popular salesperson is in our dealership? Those ones that sell between 8 and 12 cars, because they're not out there hustling all the time, and they're out there hanging out and being buddy with all the guys out there on the bench, and then also talking to all the service writers and receptionists and everybody else all day, and that, like, they're the cool person, but they're when they get their check every 2 weeks, they're not so cool. So, but that's the one thing that the highest achievers don't have time for the for all that side stuff. Like we're here, we're busy, and we come to work and we stay busy the entire time. You know how I can't even tell you how hard it is to get Jeff to do this. You know, to give me 15 minutes, 15 minutes a week is difficult. This man does not want to break away from what he's doing because he has such high standards of what he's going to do. It's hard for him to get off and do the Jeff and Hammy show.
But we know it's helping a lot of people.
Yes, it's helping a lot of people, and it helps us too. So I mean, it's definitely we learn about ourselves doing this. This is a big one for me, and I would say this to Jeff. This is a two-parter, Jeff. Be deadly effective with your time. Be proactive, not reactive. Keep a list of the most important things to reach your goals.
Yeah, and if you guys have read or heard that book, The Ultimate Sales Machine, I think Chet talks a lot about, you know, planning out your day, and you can actually set a time on each little thing that you do and how fast your day can go. That's why you don't spend 20 minutes talking to the person at the water cooler about how many deals that they lost yesterday, or how bad the management is, or why the pizza wasn't your favorite topping. I mean, come on. Like, you know, like, let's talk about your day. You have to manage your time, and even 20 minutes or 10 minutes can be a big amount of time if you've got it already planned out, because you got a lot of things to do. You got to walk the lot. I acquire cars. I call up previous customers. I'm doing bids on trades. I'm following up with people from 2 and 3 days ago. I've got an appointment already set. I got to take maybe a 10 or 15 minute lunch break. So by the time it's all said and done, I mean, my calendar's pretty booked. And then I got to spend about 2 hours maybe for fresh business that I'm procreating, whether it be acquisitions or even a fresh customer coming in. So again, you got to plan your day so the day doesn't, you know, slip through your hands. You want to be proactive in every area.
100%. And Jeff is probably one of the, if not the best, like top 2 in this dealership doing this. He probably is the best. Let's just put it that way. He plans his stuff out. I learn from him. He learns from me. But he's got a really good process, and I really love how Jeff does things. The next one here, this is one I'm learning, and it's kind of a two-parter thing too. So know what not to do. Have crystal clarity in your goals. Like, let me put it this way. So I've learned a lot from Pinnacle, and where I was like wasting too much time doing things. So like, not that I don't care about a customer at all, but like if a customer says I want to go on 3 test drives, and then I got to go talk to my husband, and then I'm going to look at 2 other options and things like that. Like, my day is too busy for that. Now, like last month, I probably turned 4 people to like Rob, this new guy that's hungry, and he has the time because he doesn't have all the other things that I'm involved in and Jeff's involved in. And I said, hey, this customer needs this, and he's happy to help her.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing. Like I'm identifying things that are going to take way too much of my time away, that I could be making more production on what I want to do. Jeff, go ahead and talk about your day.
Yeah, I think knowing what not to do. I mean, you want to be smart on the lot. If there's a lot of guys that will try to turn you deals that are $100 deals, you want to know how much time you're going to spend doing that, and you've got to be very wise not to take too many of other people's stuff. And you have to be wise on what's the best use of your time, and that's just going to come through experience and this and that. But like even today, I had to turn one off. When am I going to work the $700 deal, or am I going to work the $100 half? Again, it's not always about the money, but sometimes it is. It's being smart with your money, and so you have to know when to tell a lot of people, no, I'm not going to help you there. No, I'm not going to help you there. I'm going to help right here. And so that's going to come through time and experience, but don't be afraid to say, no, I'm not going to put my time onto that. And you're going to learn on how to tell customers the same way when it's 106 degrees out. I had someone that got out of their car and said, I'm just starting to look. I'm going to look all around the lot. And I said, well, it's 106 degrees out. I don't think you're going to last more than 3 minutes. Why don't we open up one truck, and I'll give you some info, and you can look online. And she said, great. And she almost passed out on the way to the car. So,
yeah, maybe you've noticed this. Maybe you've noticed this in the car business. I didn't really notice it, being here, but I did notice this at the store, the Toyota store I was in Oklahoma. Like what I call busy work, but they're not really making sales. So they're always busy. They're always on the computer. Right. They're always on the phone. They're always doing the follow-ups and texting and stuff. But the sales aren't equivalent to the amount of time they're putting into the effort. So what they're doing isn't productive.
That's right.
So they're just busy, but they're busy not making sales. And what's the whole point of this, right, is to get sales.
Yeah, and I think you need to be spending at least 2 hours a day on things that are producing a deal. So you just got to know what that is. You need to be at least taking 3 to 4 ups a day if you're brand new in the business. You need to maybe, I'm always throwing out 4 to 5 messages on acquiring vehicles every day. Well, right there, that's already 8 contacts right there in one day. So you just need to get those contacts. You need to make sure that's the major thing that you're doing early on in the business, or you're going to get turned all over sideways. Next thing you know, it's 2-3 hours and you're moving cars and you're not making contacts. So there's a lot we could talk about on that.
That's a long one for this week.
It is a long one.
All right, so we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching the Jeff and Hammy Show.
See you next time.